Oh, kicking things off straight away with my microphone muted. We are so back. This channel has never been more back. All you missed there was me going wee, because it is Ubisoft time. It is Ubisoft time, and we know what the headliners are going to be here. It's going to be Star Wars, Outlaws, and it's going to be Assassin's Creed. Well, I say we know those are going to be the headliners. Maybe they will, maybe they have some surprises that will be the headliners, but I don't know what surprises they could have that would supersede promoting the two games that we know are coming out in the next few months. They've got a little pre-show here, by the way. I don't know how many of these games do. I'll unmute this, but I'll just run it quite low in the background here, so it's not the real deal hasn't begun yet. So we will.
I remember a time of peace, of cherry blossoms and summer winds.
I think they're just running a sizzle reel, maybe the footage they've already shown of Assassin's Creed, you know. Right. Yeah, so I mean, we had some really long dormant titles resurfacing in the Microsoft showcase yesterday. Perfect Dark is back. Fable is back. So could this be the year of yes, we are still making this video game, and will Ubisoft come out and say yes, we are still making Beyond Good and Evil 2? Sorry, apologies. I'm still fighting allergies here a little bit. I mean, I'm going to take the easy bet. I'm going to take the easy betting line here, and I'm going to say no on Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's funny because whenever they're asked publicly, you know, in any kind of context, they always say, yes, we're still working on it. They deny that it's been cancelled or anything like that. But it's just like, that game has had like 3 separate re-debuts. Like, they announced it shortly after the first game, and then it went on ice for a decade, and then it had a big comeback, and then we never heard anything about it again. And then I believe it resurfaced one more time after that. Maybe I'm misremembering. And then it disappeared. And then it's been like 5 years since that. You know what I mean? So they seem adamant about like not just saying it's never coming out. They seem adamant about like, no, it'll happen at some stage. But I'm gonna assume we will not see any Beyond Good and Evil. Obviously, regular viewers of this channel know that I'm a big Splinter Cell guy. Riders Republic, wow, remember that game? Holy shit! I think I got that game heavily discounted shortly after it came out, and it was all right. I really didn't mind it. I feel like gameplay wise, it felt all right. I was just I don't know, it had that very grating tone, and it had that very annoying sort of, the progression was, you know, that annoying way you progress through modern games. But anyway, as I was saying there before I got derailed by Riders Republic for some reason, I'm a big Splinter Cell guy. I was replaying them recently on Steam Deck. I kind of got derailed halfway through my Chaos Theory playthrough. Chaos Theory is still really good, by the way. I didn't get around to re-finishing it because other stuff got in the way, but I was playing it and I was like, man, this is still great. It still looks really good as well, and there's just so few games like that now. There's stealth in so many games these days, but there's so few stealth games like that, you know what I mean? It is long overdue. I mean, I think the thing about Splinter Cell is just, in a really boring matter-of-fact way, I think it stopped making money. They had a couple of stinkers that people really disliked, and then the last major game they put out, Blacklist, was really good. That was like a really good return to form Splinter Cell game, but I think it was too little too late. I think people were maybe a little bit pissed off with the last few games, and so I don't think anybody played Blacklist. I think it massively underperformed, and I think that was the moment where they were like, all right, we're putting this on ice. You know, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess Ubisoft looking at this is an interesting little sizzle reel where they're playing clips from players, which I actually think is a cool idea for your pre-show here. And as I'm watching this, I'm kind of realizing I did not submit a clip. I'm trying to think if I played any Ubisoft games on stream. I think I've taken like quick looks at a handful of them, and I've probably just spent a lot of them whinging. I would really love, every time I see a bunch of Ubisoft games on sale on Steam, they put out some great games. I would love to just load that Steam Deck up with classic Ubi games. But the problem is their launcher bullshit is awful on a normal PC. It's dreadful on something like the Steam Deck. You got to pull up the virtual keyboard. It never remembers your login details. If you don't have an internet connection, forget it. Just forget it. So I don't play as much Ubi these days as I would like to. But yeah, watching these montages makes me realize they have a couple of irons in the live service fire. I have barely heard a soul talk about X Defiant, and the souls I have heard talk about it have been extremely, yeah, it's all right. About it, it basically seems like it's a fake Call of Duty, and I mean that non-disparagingly. It has Call of Duty feel, so that's the type of game it's going for. And I've seen people say it's okay, but if Call of Duty this year is a big smash hit, which I think it will be based on that presentation yesterday, I think Call of Duty is going to have a good year. I mean, I've seen people speculate that game's just going to be dead in the water. You know, a COD alternative is only going to flourish so far. But you know, it's an I feel like my thing about X Defiant is I feel like, for people who don't know, it's an Ubisoft first-person shooter. I believe it's free to play, and it's like factions from all different Ubi franchises. But I feel like they needed to lean into it more. Like, don't just have them be like factions from Splinter Cell. It's like you should be Sam Fisher and you should be like, it shouldn't just be DedSec from Watch Dogs. Like, just put the characters in, put the actual named characters in. You know what I mean? Like, just do that. You know what I mean? Oh, Dale's come through with the sub just in time for Ubi. He's like, yes, give me this Assassin's Creed. Give it to me. Give it to me. Thank you so much, King. Greatly appreciated. 9-month sub. Generating a little sub baby here with me. But yeah, they got X Defiant, which and it's free to play, and I haven't even bothered. I mean, I haven't even looked at it. They've got Rainbow Six. What's the incredibly popular one? Siege? Is that the one that people still, the competitive one? And they've got The Division. And I guess technically they still have Riders Republic. Do they make new content for Riders Republic? I don't know. But yeah, Ubi are, even though I and probably most of us, we probably do all think of them as the guys who make the overly long collectathon single player games, they do a lot of multiplayer stuff. And it's moderately successful. For Honor, great shout, Garrett. They actually, just before, I think, just as I excuse me, as I was booting up the stream, their little montage thing, they had For Honor clips on there. I think they're doing a new season of, like, I guess, feudal Japan content to align with Assassin's Creed, I would say, which is cool. For Honor is actually one of those things that it's not like Rainbow Six Siege is massive. Siege is massive. For Honor is one of those ones, it's not massive, but like people do like For Honor, and it absolutely has a community. I put the audio down for this this preview thing. I'll put it back up now in a couple of seconds, just because it looks like it's about to start proper. I'm expecting this to be a very ho-hum presentation. I'm looking forward to Star Wars. I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed. I think I'll probably just, all those live service games I was listing, I'm not into any of them. So I'll probably just kind of shrug my shoulders at it. And I'm not anticipating surprises. I'm really not. Watch this be a massive surprise. This is going to be Splinter Cell X Beyond Good and Evil. It's going to be Sam Fisher fights a pig man. I've got an Aldi Corona, by the way. It's the summer, guys. Summer Game Fest. There'll presumably be an update on Skull and Bones as well. Oh shit. Star Wars. Skull and Bones was them, right? That game did finally come out, and like for a game that spent years and years and years in a similar role to Splinter Cell and Beyond Good and Evil, where people were like, where is that game? What happened to that game? It came out, and then everyone shrugged. Everyone was like, yeah. I imagine there will be a Skull and Bones update, because like that game is too recent for them to just be giving up on it, you know. Imagine actual John Williams came out. That'd be sick. I mentioned this during the Keeley stream. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm sure it's going to be an Ubisoft game. I'm sure you can picture in your head what this game is already, but I think everything they've shown has looked really nice. And you know, they made a big point in that reveal trailer to do the No Man's Sky thing, where you walk to your ship, you get in your ship, you fly out, you manually control the ship out of the planet's atmosphere, fly around space, and then land somewhere else. Great. You know, they learned from Starfield.
Hey, new record. At the top, where it should be.
Give a bit more volume here.
Let's go, Nix.
Hello everyone, I'm Matthias Karlsson, Game Director at Massive Entertainment. Today, we'll show you a different type of adventure. And as we
Who deserves a gift? They're all beautiful and equally worthy in my opinion. If you want to just do the rando,
in Star Wars Outlaws,
the rando
gift.
gift.
For exploration is to find elusive experts scattered across the galaxy. These experts will help Kay pick up new skills to survive in the underworld. Here, we're looking for a gunslinger who can teach us some new tricks. Our intel points to the Mos Eisley Cantina on Tatooine. So let's
Tatooine. Remember Tatooine, lads? Ever been to Tatooine in a Star Wars project?
We're picking up in Accra Station. A remnant of the Clone Wars, it used to be a refueling station that now acts as a trade hub for illegal contraband.
I like the idea of you got to do missions for certain specialists to get certain upgrades. I think that's interesting.
Merchants are often affiliated with a syndicate and might offer you a special deal if you're in good standing with them.
This is current gen
This kind
only,
of
right?
business attracts all kinds of shipjackers, contract brokers, and corrupt officials.
Need your name cleared from the wanted list.
Your ship, the Trailblazer, is a refined EML 850, the last of its kind. On board, you'll find everything you need to finalize your preparations.
I love the minimalist E3 presentation in these videos. I hope it's that small in the real game.
Hey, Andy.
Hi, Kay.
Hooray!
Each planet has its own system for you to explore, and many opportunities to make a few credits, which you can choose to engage with or not.
I am under attack! My ship will not survive long!
This is Kay Vess on board the Trailblazer. I'm coming to help.
I don't think they've shown space combat previously.
Turret activated, Kay.
One down.
Carrot, you called it! I mean, they weren't not, were they? They weren't not gonna do that. When you're on the button, you're on the button. Let me tell you.
Happy to help. And
Video
You can
games
tell
are
Borak
back.
He owes K-Vess a ship.
In space, your actions also have consequences and can impact your reputation with syndicates. This optional dogfight allowed us to improve our reputation with the Pikes while making a few credits.
Spooling up the hyperdrive.
Now let's continue our journey and head to Tatooine.
Part of why the original Battlefront 2 on PS2 was such a cool experience.
Edge of the galaxy.
Like you'll be fighting on a star on like a star carrier,
The Tattoo system is
and
in
you'll
the
just like
clutches
jump in an
of the
X-wing
Hutt
and fly out of the Harrier
Our
and
reputation
do a
with them is
space battle.
poor.
That's still,
Best be on
if you
our
play
way.
that game today, that is still class to do. Do you know what I mean? And then land on another carrier and go back to fighting on foot. It's really great. Yeah, sabotaging the enemy ships. Oh my god! And like boot that up on an emulator today. That game, well, not even an emulator. The PC version is still online and people still play it.
Welcome to
Play that game
legendary
today. It is still great.
The infamous hive of scum and villainy.
Again, this
We could head straight to our destination, or explore what the city has to offer.
the taking off and landing really hits different post
Recreating this
Starfield.
iconic city is a
I
dream
still
come
can't
true for our
believe.
team.
Let's not even talk about it.
Allowing
Let's not.
us to
Let's not.
show parts of
Let's not
precisely
talk
you've
Starfield.
never seen before.
Fucking
Room for one
menu
more?
navigation,
There
fucking
are
role-playing
many
game.
opportunities for a scoundrel, including working your way in with the Hutt cartel. Most of Tatooine's economy is under their control, even though the increased Imperial presence has been hurting their business. But first, we need to pick up the trail of our expert gunslinger.
Is this set in the classic post 3, pre 4 time period?
Asking around, we learn of a pirate who is deadly with the blaster and who used to work for the
They've
Hutt
gifted
cartel.
a sub. Thank you very much, my friend.
Our intel
Greatly
leads to one of their
appreciate Turbo Wingspan.
storehouses,
Enjoy the emotes.
located in the
I need to
southern
update
hills.
my. Actually, no, they're all up to date on Twitch. I need to update my Discord emotes.
Traveling to your destination can be an adventure in itself.
Thank you very much, sir.
As you move across scorching dunes and dusty valleys, you'll quickly realize that this lawless desert planet still holds many mysteries.
Guessing post 4, pre 5. Okay, interesting.
We've reached our destination. We need to locate our storehouse and find our way into this heavily guarded fortress.
This looks
without
really nice.
triggering the
Have
alarm.
they? This is. Surely this is not PS4 and Xbox One.
Busy place.
I mean, obviously this is a spit-shined E3 demo, so maybe it is. But I. This is what I don't know if that's what they're using. That is one Unreal 5 looking wall there. Those are some detailed
Maybe
rocks.
there's a
Those are
better
some
symbol
detailed
than
rocks.
anything
Lots of
that
shadows on those rocks. The next generation is here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at them rocks. Those are some PS5 only rocks.
Good job, buddy.
Right? I mean, every good Star Wars property has to have a little freak
Do you sense anyone
animal
close?
friend that's cute. This one really lets you use it though. Oh, we got some Hitman restricted area stuff going on here. I like it.
Easy.
Hot reputation down
Alright,
for
let's see what
trespassing.
we have
Okay.
here. Yes, I got it.
Okay, there's a mini game. I know. I can guarantee for a fact. I know we'll be talking about how bored we all are of doing that 100
sheriff in
times.
White Farm used to work for the Hutts. I should talk to her. Oh, come on!
We've been spotted, but we now know where to find our gunslinger. Let's get out of here quick.
We're in trouble, pal.
Oh, is your little friend gonna fight him? Oh, I wanted to see that.
Come on, Nick.
Yeah, any game where you can just call your mount or your vehicle to you is +1 in my books.
There we are.
I'm already ready to declare this game better than Cheers the King.
You again.
Oh, you gotta make sure your horse can hear you.
Actually, I'm here for you. I heard you're the best shot on
This
the
game has
planet.
magic in it. Just teleport
then
to me.
You want to be second best. Now is not a good time. The Huts are coming, and I need to get ready. Get your blaster out.
What we have just shown you is the beginning of one of the many adventures you can go on in Star Wars Outlaws. Whether you want to learn new blaster skills, upgrade your speeder, or become an unstoppable thief, finding an expert is always an adventure in a galaxy full of opportunities.
We should get moving.
That looks cool. I remain excited for that. I think you can, you know, again, you can sense what kind of game it is. I'm sure you'll do a million missions like that where you're like
surviving,
either shooting up or stealthing into a base to get an object. You know what I mean?
Get richer while pulling off
I don't know, it looks
cons
cool.
with your buddy Nix is all you've ever known.
Also looks like my
After
kind of game.
crossing
I
one
like
of the
Star Wars.
galaxy's elite,
I like
you end up
quasi-immersive
hunted
sims where you can
with
sneak
your
into
one chance
places
of
and,
freedom
you
being
know.
an impossible task to pull off one of the greatest heists of all time. To increase your chances of survival, you'll need to seek out elusive experts scattered all across
This guy's wearing the
outer
first
world.
outfit you buy in San Andreas when you just
From a
want to buy all the
skilled
green
pirate
clothes from
turned
Binco.
sheriff gunslinger to a sabak high roller who has perfected sleight of hand.
His respect
even
meter is way up for the early
Group
game.
of scrap hoarding Jawas that can fit off-market parts to your starship. Follow rumors whispered between locals or a tip-off from a cantina bartender that will lead you to their location before embarking on shady and often dangerous jobs to grow from a street thief into a fearless outlaw. But as a wanted scoundrel, it's in your best interest only to stick around long
The ambient
enough
Star Wars music
to
while
get
he's
what you
talking
need
is really
before
funny.
jumping to a brand new location. Syndicates and their leaders such as Lady Kira and Jabba the Hutt have their hand in every part of the galaxy, from the darkest corner of Acre Station to the lawless sands of Tatooine. Build your reputation with them to earn lucrative rewards, or gamble everything, risk facing their wrath,
On
and
pod
double
racing.
cross them to land yourself a big score. On behalf of Massive Entertainment, along with our co-development
Yeah,
studios
yeah,
all across
like
Ubisoft,
I saw
and
some
of
people
course,
saying that, you know,
Lucasfilm Games, it's my privilege to share another
I
look
thought
at
the
this
Xbox thing was
childhood
great,
dream
but
come true.
it's rare people
We've
say this, but I
crafted
felt people saying
with
like
passion
a bit
and
more
wonder.
people
hope you love
doing
it too.
things in the Xbox
If
thing
you're
would have been
willing to
nice
take the
instead of
risk,
just
the galaxy
two people in front of a green screen
is
throwing to
full
a bunch of
of
trailers. You know what I mean?
opportunity.
I'm curious how much longer this type of presentation is going to exist. With how long and expensive and difficult it is to make games, align schedules, and how pointless, let's be brutally honest, the traveling to one location to reveal it all seems to be. You know, I'm curious what I think the future of these things is going to increasingly look more and more like a Nintendo Direct. You know what I mean?
A scoundrel looking to start a new life. Kay gets pulled into a plan that will change everything.
I believe if you follow the plan, no one gets hurt.
Fortunately, she won't do it alone.
No, free him.
From childhood,
oh, she's already
Kay
doing
and
it.
Nix
Great.
have been inseparable partners,
You're welcome.
helping each other every step of the way.
All right, distract him, Nix.
Using
Hell
their
yeah.
criminal skills and tools.
Oh, that's adorable. Come on now. Fucking snipe, blow their heads off.
Kay and Nix will have to constantly adapt to every scenario.
I'm a cute little guy.
Nix, you want to drop that for me? Come on. Whoa.
If you don't want me to sound the alarm, you'll get me out of here.
As your versatility grows, gain access to new skills and more lucrative contracts.
There she is.
A friend needs a little something stolen.
And in this world, your actions have consequences.
I can't let you walk out of here.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I'm gonna finish it. Shame.
And reputation is everything.
Where is he?
The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And more attention you'll receive from some of the
I just
most
wonder how
notorious
really
syndicates
truly
of the galaxy.
significant the reputation
did
stuff
you
will
think it was
affect
going
the
to
game. You know
end?
what I mean? Like, are we talking different endings here, or is it
It's
just
up
going to
to
be
you
like,
where your loyalties lie.
you know, is it going to be GTA 3 style, where once you piss off a certain one to a certain
Being
degree,
wanted by the Empire brings a new set of challenges.
you can't go to certain areas or whatever without getting shot?
This is getting bad. Hold right.
So as your exploits grow, beware of who you cross.
Hang on.
Scattered across the stars are unique locations, rich biomes, environments, and adventures to discover. Traverse the lush jungle world of Akiva, the ancient city of Kijimi, the dangerous savannah moon of Tashara, or roam the lawless planet of Tatooine.
One more time. Tatooine.
When
Come
it's
on,
time to
folks.
move,
You love it.
Pilot K's Trailblazer to transition from planet to planet.
ND, fire up the hyperdrive.
Ready to jump.
Once you land, you can explore all these worlds on K's S-57 Cardinal speeder.
I love this little guy.
This is the life of an outlaw. A life where you fight, explore, and infiltrate parts of the galaxy you never thought possible. There are opportunities at every turn, and if you're willing to take the risk and defy the odds, the galaxy is yours for the taking.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. This is August, right? August 30th. Okay. Pre-order now available. Don't pre-order it. Included with Ubisoft Plus. How much is that? That must be expensive. All right, X-Defiant time. Please be excited.
Watch me detonate.
I mean, I might download this at some stage and give it a look. It is free, I believe. Oh, but Johnny, you can take you know, your birthday to play some Star Wars. I never play capture the flag in games like this. This is a tough game to kind of really to sell, because mechanically it really does just look like Ubisoft branded Call of Duty. So like the selling point is probably in the feel, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean that could have been any shooter realistically, like if you didn't know. There we go. They are updating. Thought it was interesting on both the Keighley stream and the Xbox stream, which I guess would have been the only places it could show up. No like Suicide Squad season 2, you know, none of that.
Hello everyone.
Like no matter
Since
how
our launch, it's been very
no matter how dead on
watching
arrival
the
that game
community
seems,
grow and have fun
you
with
know,
the world we created.
you would have thought these
gathered
are the
a
big
lot of
events where
your
typically the
feedback
live
during
service
season
games,
one,
whether they're
and we are
failing or they're
continuing to
thriving
work
or whatever,
with you,
do
our
their big
community,
ads, do their big,
to bring an
hey, season 2,
engaging,
log on now,
immersive
get this
naval
shit.
experience.
Not a
Season
peep
2,
about it.
Chorus of Havoc has just begun.
I think
and
the marketing
introduces
budget
a
has
new
probably been
narrative
slashed
arc
to
with
zero
brand
on
new
that
Sea Lords,
game.
the Huback twins. Armand and Bertrand are set to challenge you with their orchestral fleet and reward you with new loot if you are victorious. You will also get a brand new ship, the Brig. It's fast.
After Jason
maneuverable,
Schreier
and
said
perfect
that
as a warship
they were
or
going to keep
smuggling
supporting it,
vessel.
but not to the
This
degree
season
they
will have
originally
you face
planned.
off against a
WB
vicious
did
and
confirm to
hungry sea
IGN
monster, the Megalodon.
that
the
their
Star.
wording was very particular, but basically they're going to
time-limited
fulfill the
events,
roadmap
the
they have
Summer
currently
Fiesta and Dragons Regatta
set
boat
out,
races
right?
will have
Which
you
is a
competing
year
for
of content.
additional
So
rewards to
they've just
customize
done
your
season
ships
1. So
and
they're going to do
arsenal.
3 more seasons,
We've
and each
also
season has a
added
playable character.
community-requested features,
And then they're
including
not
fleet
saying
management,
what's happening
allowing
after
you to
that, which
assign
I
your
think you
ships
can
to a
probably
POI,
safely
secure your
assume
profits, expand your empire,
they will
and
fulfill the
deliver
year of
precious
content they
pieces
have
of aid.
advertised, and then that will
New
be that,
solo
I would say,
and
for that
PvE
game.
modes have been added, giving you more ways to acquire manufactories and defend them from rivals.
Whereas when a
looking
live
to
service game
cripple your
hits, I mean, you've like
empire.
stuff like Fortnite that's on like
Ship upgrades will elevate your favorite
Chapter
ships
10,
to
Season
powerful new
16.
levels,
Do you know what I mean?
offering
Like, they've
further
done so
diversity
much
in your play
stuff.
style. This summer, the fresh gameplay experiences will continue with our upcoming Season 3, Into the Dragon's Way.
Because like this game
You will
also
meet the mysterious
landed with a thunk and nobody seems to care. But you know, you got to keep up the pretense that you're supporting it, and they are. And you know, fair play. I have no interest in it, but like at least they're not abandoning it. Whereas it kind of seems like
face off against a brand new legendary sea monster like
if they
never
wouldn't get a load of
before,
backlash,
the
I think
Flying
both
Dragon.
the developers and the
Resurfaced
publishers of
after
Suicide Squad, if
eons
they
of
could just
slumber.
cut it and just say fuck
A
it,
new 5v5
call it a loss and let's just
PvP
go. They
mode will
probably
offer
would
new
if they
ways
could.
to play, progress, and obtain rewards. This mode will be a key feature of Season 3, and you can also try it separately as part of our free trial. Finally, thank you to all our players.
and you can
We
always,
will
you know,
keep
not
working
always, I'd say
hard
always.
to bring you original,
Absolutely the wrong word to
amazing
use.
experiences
You can sometimes get that
as we
U-turn. You can
continue
get
to go on
the
this
you
journey
can get
with
the retribution tour, you know, that No Man's Sky got. But again, and speaking of Schreier, he wrote about all the problems and why that game is the way it is. And as most people expected, I mean, it just doesn't seem like Rocksteady really wanted to make that kind of game. You know what I mean? It's. I mean, it was even noted that like guns being a major part of the gameplay was like a relatively late addition, and
brand director.
it was originally going to be a more melee focused thing. I mean, it just seems like it was.
Special treats for you.
Anyway, let's not talk about that.
1989, players have gone on epic adventures
Prince of Persia.
through legendary Persia, embodying.
Oh, that Sands of Time remake. That's another deeply cursed. Like, oh, yeah.
Time to avoid traps and defeating mythical.
Is that going to resurface? I completely forgot about that.
To celebrate the 35th anniversary of this iconic franchise, we wanted to give you new, exhilarating adventures. Back in January, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown released to critical acclaim.
Good game.
From media and players. Today, Ubisoft Montpellier has a special treat for you all. Check it out.
Hello everyone. Thank you for all the love.
Just a good old-fashioned Metroidvania. Just felt really good.
Released over the past months. It's been thrilling to watch.
that guy's name is Kofifi. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. That guy's username is Kofifi.
Available for free, called Divine Triumphs. And next, a glimpse of
What the fuck, brother? Oh god. Oh, dude, the boss fights in this game are so fucking good, and like how often is it that you play a great game and you go, oh, like, you know, the boss fights are kind of whatever. The boss fights in this game were so good. That's free, so I'll give that a little look for sure. Oh, wow, okay. And story, I guess that'll probably be paid, right? I have to imagine that'll be paid.
But we are not stopping there. Ubisoft has partnered with the indie studio Evil Empire to bring their amazing independent spirit to the franchise.
Oh, this is the Rogue.
The Rogue, Prince of Persia.
This looks cool.
Which released just a few weeks ago, is a fast-paced action platforming roguelite. Throughout the early access phase,
these are the
we'll
Dead
be
Cells
gathering
guys.
Valuable feedback from you all, while also delivering regular updates and additional content.
People seem to like this. I'm not big on early access, so I haven't bothered, but
We're recording this just before
it looks
early access
cool.
release, while everyone is in full debugging mode and completely freaking out. So by the time you see this, the Rogue Prince of Persia would have been out for 2 weeks already. And it's time to thank you, people from the future, for all your love and the billions of sales we've made.
The final reveal here has to be that Sands of Time remake. It has to be. And you know what? It's been so long, it has to be a release date.
About to release. Check it out.
It has to be, right? Like if they do a dedicated Prince of Persia segment without referencing that thing, then that thing is just never coming out. Add it to the Ubisoft never coming out file. Oh, this looks awesome. I just don't like early access. It's just one I've never grown out of it. I know there's been tons of great games on early access. You know, I've never quite been able to shake. I just don't like it. You know, I like buying and playing games when they're finished. That looks really cool.
Finally, I will leave you with a glimpse of what we are calling our love letter to one of the most beloved games in the entire series.
This has to be it.
One that I'm sure you'll agree is truly timeless.
Hey! What did she call it? A little peak or something? If this doesn't have even a year on it, I die. Oh my god, it's not going to, is it? It's not. It's going to be a CG trailer with no year. It's I would rather. Why would you even say that? Why would you even like?
With Rocksmith Plus, you
that
can learn
is
guitar and
funnier
piano
than no
fast
year.
anytime,
That
anywhere.
is funnier
From your PC,
than
mobile,
saying
and now
nothing.
PlayStation. Discover
Oh
thousands
my
of hit songs from
god!
artists like Metallica,
Genuinely,
Tom
that
Petty,
is like
Coldplay, and
there's
Linkin
no
Park, with new
way you can
songs added
commit
each
to
month.
that, man.
Enjoy practice tools to hone
What
your
year did they
skills,
announce
like
that?
adaptive
Was that
difficulty
2020?
And tab or sheet music view.
Hang on, I'm gonna look this
Whether
up
you're
now.
a beginner or expert, anyone
I
can
have to.
learn
I
with
have to look this
Rocksmith
up.
Plus.
I have to look this up.
Plus, get real-time feedback with personalized
Sands
AI recommendations to grow
of
your skills
Time
each
remake
day.
announced.
And best of all, new users can download Rocksmith Plus free with access to a limited number
Ubisoft
of songs,
Forward
lessons, and
2020.
features.
They announced that game 4 years
Try for free
ago.
today.
I believe they've put out 2 separate. I believe they restarted. They've said they like restarted it once. There's been no.
No way.
Oh, I watch Kage sometimes. That's
No
good for him.
freaking way.
That's like the first time I've recognized a streamer on one of these.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this looks so nice.
They announced that game 4 years ago, and they did a 10-second CG trailer announcing it's coming out in 2 years. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, dude, that's great. I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of this stream. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, look, fair enough, it's not ready. Like, it's obviously had a troubled development. You know, mandatory disclaimer, video game development is hard.
It's great.
Fucking impossible, some would say. You know, I'm not trying to be glib about it, but man, like, what? This game, because I've kept an eye on it, I have not seen this game go on sale very much. Because I thought it looked interesting, but not enough to pay full price, and I haven't seen it discounted enough for me to take a punt on it.
To heal, rejoice, and celebrate. Welcome to the great games.
But at the end of 2026, I mean, like, here's the thing. Because over the course of this Summer Game Fest, I've talked a lot about how tough these kinds of shows must be to do. Because game development is just taking forever these days, and it's super complicated. And how can you hammer out dates? It's just quite difficult, right? Here's a hard and fast rule I would absolutely stick to. As an organizer of these events, or a developer of a game, or a publisher of a game, if your date at the end of your graphic is 2 years in the future, just don't put one. Just don't put one, because do you know what could happen in the next 2 years? And like, you know, that was the crazy thing about that GTA 6 trailer. Like, it came out in 2023 and they said 2025 in the graphic, and already, nothing concrete, but already there's been whispers that they're worried they may not make that. Now 2K or Take-Two are saying publicly, no, it's hitting in that quarter, but I mean, you know, like, you just don't, like how can you, how can you commit to that?
Hi everyone. What a first year we had with the Crew Motorfest.
Man, that game's out a year? Holy shit. If you asked me before this stream started, did that Crew Motorfest game come out, I would have said no.
Coming in July. It will be all about car customization, and you will discover our latest playlist, Donk versus the Rider. Now, let's talk about the future. I'm thrilled to give you a first look
Sneezing
at our
like
festival
crazy on these
program
streams
for
here.
the year to come. In year 2, Motorfest will continue to grow with more season, cars, and playlists. We will start with season 5 and a huge surprise. We know many of you love
I don't want to harp on this Prince of Persia thing, but like, Perfect Dark emerged from the ether, finally. I think also, and that was also a 2020, I think. That was also like a 3 or 4 year thing.
Season 5 will also bring a sequel.
Perfect Dark emerged with like a really slick, cool gameplay trailer. And admittedly, it didn't have a date, but that game has also had a tumultuous development by all accounts. So they were like, I mean, why put a date out there that we can't commit to? Prince of Persia comes out with a 20-second CG piece of nothing. And a date 2 years, and like, what? Oh my god. Oh.
We're driven by the chase. Always on the lookout.
Yeah, I can't remember the last arcade racer I really loved.
It's on.
Oh wait, I can't remember. Onrush, which of course nobody played and died a horrible death, and will never be ported or get a sequel, and I'm not even sure if the servers are still online for it on the PS4. So yeah, great. I went looking for that game recently on Steam because I was like, I would absolutely stick that on the Steam Deck and just play the offline single player. It never got a PC port, so it's stuck on Xbox One and PS4. I am gutted that game did not take off in a meaningful way. It was so fun. I was just thinking recently I'd love to start like a fresh save of Midnight Club 3. On, like, I've just emulated, obviously, you know.
The Chase Squad will be joining Motorfest in November as premium PvE content. To find out more, tune in to our next The Crew Showcase in September. Thank you for watching and see you there.
Man, I'm so curious about, like, do people like that game? I honestly, sincerely, I remember them showing it previously. I had no clue it was out.
Of the Emperor, my fellow Romans, I bring forth tidings of hope across our glorious lands. For we stand on the threshold of a new age. Our streets shall be lined with abundance. Our fields shall yield bountiful harvests, and our coffers shall overflow with wealth. An era of prosperity dawns.
What is this? I can't even. I'm racking my brain for what this might be.
You can take it from here.
Do they have a 4X game in their back catalog? I don't. I know they'd announced that previously, right? Or that's a pre-existing thing. Anno 117 Pax Romana.
That was awesome. Hi, my name is Manuel Reiner. I'm creative director.
And hi, I'm Hay Anderson, brand director. And it's with great pleasure.
They showed this last year, didn't they?
We, on behalf of the Ubisoft Mind Studio, stand before you to give you a glimpse into the extraordinary new chapter that is Anno 117.
Oh, it's out again. I'm so out of the loop. I guess this is out.
Now, we'll be releasing in 2025 on both PC and console. But today, we embark on an unparalleled journey. Just imagine, it's the year 117, time of the Pax Romana.
Yes, and united by conquest, the Empire found its way to peace and become a cultural melting pot. Anno 117 Pax Romana will deliver Roman gaming experience unlike anything you have ever played. And for the first time in Anno, you will be able to choose your starting province. Either the mysterious Celtic wetlands of Albion, where no civilized Roman wants to be, or the traditional Roman
Wishlist now on the Ubisoft store. Does anyone use the Ubisoft launcher stuff?
I'm so excited for this.
I guess people must. If you're a diehard PC, I will never buy a console guy. I guess you have to, right? You have to.
For next year, as Anno 117 Pax Romana will be releasing on both PC and console. But it's with great passion and excitement that we bring this 25-year-old timeless game here to the main stage at Ubisoft Forward.
25 years old, I know. Again, this is one of those genres where
thank you. Because without
you could tell me this is one of the first video games ever made and it sold 10 million copies and I would have no clue. This is such a blind spot for me. I know absolutely nothing of this. Yeah, so here's your For Honor. For Honor still going strong, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot they make this, or they publish this, I guess. Another one of those games that's like quietly one of the biggest things in the world. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but Brawlhalla is massive. It is absolutely massive. Sexy cars wouldn't be E3 without sexy cars. Love those cars. Just Monopoly, just Monopoly. That's nice looking Monopoly, I guess. That is good looking Monopoly. Oh, Ubisoft are the kings of, oh yeah, they own that. I forgot Trackmania as well. Another one of those things that's like not massive or anything, but probably quietly makes them a lot of money. New season in June. Okay, so they are still supporting Riders Republic. They showed some Riders Republic in the pre-show sizzle reel, and I was like, is that still going? I guess it is. Again, I did not dislike Riders Republic when I messed with it. What is this? Oh, this is a free-to-play. This looks kind of cool. But those balls have guns on them. which is what we all need in a video game. This is Assassin's Creed. I assume, like Star Wars, we will get a narrated. They do that. Actually, they do this like every year for Assassin's Creed. We'll get a narrated walkthrough, where it's like you can fight everyone with a sword, or you can go in sneaking. I don't know if they've confirmed this or it's just like what people were speculating on. But so there have been two characters in multiple Assassin's Creed games, but for this one you play as them both. You don't pick one. It's like it's but the is it going to be like one of them controls like a modern Assassin's Creed, like slightly heavier Witcher style combat, and the other one is the nimble old school Assassin's Creed character, and you play as both? I think that would be really fascinating. I'm not sure if they've said that or that people just piecing things together based on what leaked out. I'm interested in this. I mentioned yesterday being like a pretty casual Call of Duty guy. I'm even less than a casual. I would say I'm pretty much, I don't like Assassin's Creed very much. But every couple of years when one of them ticks the right boxes and freshens up and does something interesting, I will take a punt on them, and I have liked them in the past. And this one looks like it's piqued my interest, certainly, this one.
Vengeance. We must learn to trust
and follow the blade
together.
So funny that people have been crying for a feudal Japan Assassin's Creed for 15 years, and now they're whinging that they're getting one.
I'm Charles Benoit, game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm very proud to be here today.
Saw some very popular streamers, among other things, complaining about. I mean, let's be honest. Are we to believe a small woman could like handle a feudal Japanese samurai in a fight? It's fake, man. It's not real.
It was a period of
also
war
shut up.
where clans were fighting for power, a turning point in history, culminating in the unification of Japan. A period shaped
all the whinging about this when it was revealed is. I'm just so over it. I'm just so over it.
Where the greatest warrior became heroes and inspired the most amazing and well-known epic fantasies, the samurai and the shinobi. Two perfect archetypes for our duo protagonists. You'll embody the deadliest trained assassin in history, the shinobi, with Nawe, a young woman from the mountains of Higa province, who was forced by war to learn the arts of deception. You'll also experience Japan through the eyes of Yasuke, an historical character whose legend is surrounded by mysteries. It allows us to tell the story of a foreigner who becomes a samurai under Oda Nobunaga, the most powerful daimyo at that time. Two protagonists with unique personal stories.
Said this during the Keely thing. If you like samurai, you are eating good right now. You are living your life right now. If you like samurai, there's a lot of samurai stuff around, and a lot of it's really good. I still haven't finished Shogun. It's fucking great. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it.
We're introducing a full year cycle where you'll be able to rediscover a location under different season and weather. For example, in winter, ice may prevent you from going underwater. But as the season gets warmer, you can now use spawns to approach your enemies.
Okay.
Or heavy rain will help you to blend in the environment, to lurk or escape your opponents. You can also use your surroundings to your favor. At night, extinguish lanterns and destroy brazier to vanish in the shadows. Each day and season bring its own challenges. But today, I'm really excited to share an extended look at Assassin's Creed Shadows gameplay. You're about to see a sequence where Naoe and Yasuke are hunting corrupted daimyo through beautiful parts of Japan. You'll see the dynamic of our two heroes, and now they complement their strengths with the unstoppable force of Yasuke and the deadly skills of Naoe. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy.
Yeah, people maybe don't want to do in-person presentations because oftentimes you're left there standing on the stage to no applause in moments that then get memed to death. That day-night cycle stuff sounds really interesting. I hope it's one of those things that in practice is actually fun to use in the game and not just a back-of-the-box button that you never really care about. Like, will you have the option to wait until nighttime to do a mission so that you can take out lanterns and have the darkness? You know what I mean? Can you leverage it, or is it just going to be a thing that's just going to happening?
A big harvest requires many hands.
They haven't shown anything yet. Let them, they always do their walking through the town bit. Let them get to it. Let them get to it.
And merchant looks uneasy.
I will not tolerate this disrespect. No, please.
Ah, take it back. This looks great. Pet him. Yeah, let's fucking go.
Well, you are a friendly beast, are you not?
Look at that coat. That's one well-maintained dog.
Psst. Samurai sir, this way. I beg you. Hurry, sir. Please.
Right behind you, little one.
Oh, Baba. I brought someone.
Ikimaru, I wonder where you went.
Give it more volume. Why are they losing their mind?
Ah, a samurai. One that does not hail from these lands.
I am a stranger, yes. But you have nothing to fear from me.
Ha! I have enough to fear from the men of Kochiyama. They abuse their power, taxing us again and again.
Oh, bet the dog. Oh, well, yeah.
Only scraps. I bet they are in the market now, along the main road. A stranger might make good merit, ridding a village of a threat like these men.
Is that so? Then I shall see it done. For this life, if not the next.
He harasses people in the dying district. I mean, this is the stuff in going all the way back since Assassin's Creed 1 that I think is really cool, but kind of feel like it's never as dynamic as you kind of like. The whole gathering info about your targets and then having to observe them, but it's never quite as engaging as you want it to be. Funnily enough, Hitman came along and did that kind of thing way better.
Such beauty, shadowed by suffering.
Looks really nice, as these games always do. I mean, Assassin's Creed have kind of quietly been on the bleeding edge for quite a while.
This isn't your fight, samurai. I told you, keep walking.
All right, we ain't stealthing with this guy again, as people had kind of predicted. Physics objects, baby. Oh, get fucked. That weapon is awesome. Jeez. I imagine you can change weapons, but it seems quite intentional for this presentation. They gave him the biggest, heaviest, lumberiest weapon possible to really hammer home the difference between, presumably the difference between the two characters. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, that was sick. What the fuck? That was awesome. Why is he suddenly doing sick moves? What the fuck? That was...
There's another. Up the road toward the castle. A corrupt samurai named Fujioka.
Protector turned persecutor. Greed cannot rule this village. Not while I have breath in my lungs and a blade in my hand.
I said kill him.
Jesus.
Wash away his failure with your blood. You will have to spill it first. Who do you think you are?
For the people,
I am justice.
Nice. Quick little animation there. I like how also they made that combat look like just clunky enough that it looked like you know, an actual person was playing it and not the usual kind of E3 hyper scripted thing. I mean, it still is, but
I was going to handle that.
Too slow. What did you find?
The samurai has been stealing from the villagers. He has been starving the people here for some time.
So now we know who he worked for.
The daimyo in Fukuyama Castle.
We should go.
Not before we send our allies to look for him. He'll be difficult to find.
The daimyo. He's there.
Who will take the lead?
We can sneak in.
or we can go in loud. Okay, so you
It's
okay,
almost
interesting.
dark. No one will see me coming.
They will not stand a chance. But be careful in there.
Don't worry. I won't be alone. It'll be me and the shadows.
Okay, so it's literally one or the other for like the key story missions. Interesting. Okay.
In the shadows. To serve the light.
Straight away, you're kind of thinking, okay, possible replay
I'll
value
go
there.
straight for the daimyo. When fighting a snake, why wrestle the body when you can slice off the head?
This is going to be co-op. I would not imagine so. Maybe they'll reveal that at some point in this, but all the leaks and whatnot have not suggested that at all. There's probably, I would imagine you can switch freely between both in the open world, and yeah, some missions I would say you can probably do a little hot swap.
You're mine now, Snake.
The problem I'll face if I do play this game is that my priority is always to do stealth, so I'd probably just always play as her. At least for the missions where they make you pick one or the other. She got a fucking scorpion grapple hook. That's awesome.
Lord Hayashi cannot seem to stay in his quarters.
Again, verticality is one of those things they kind of got away from in those kind of Witcher style Assassin's Creed they were making for a few years that people, some people really disliked, and I think this is a good showcase of, hey, stealth, verticality, multiple different routes, assassinating people, skipping past people, you know, knocking out lights, creating distractions. Yeah! Always great. Always great doing that.
He's coming. I need to hide.
All of you! First, Fujioka dies in the street at the hands of some stranger! Then you serve me scalding tea? Besides ruining its delicate flavor, I nearly lose my tongue for business!
Fujioka must have been the samurai Yasuke took out. Good riddance. A daimyo like that deserves a slower death than the one I'm about to give him.
I got my breathing stick. That- Oh, what is that?
I've shed all the blood I need. Time to go.
This is cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, it does still look like an Assassin's Creed, but it looks like it is really blending the two eras of it and letting you indulge in. I suppose that's what I'm curious about. I suppose how much obligatory playing as one character or another is there going to be? I would say probably a decent amount. That is cool. I don't know if I'm, you know. I don't know if I'm going to play it necessarily. November 15th. All right. Yeah, it's inherently tough to get really excited about an Assassin's Creed. It just is. Even when it's as compelling as that was, it'll probably be fine. But oh yeah, how much is this service, and what do you get on it? Is it new releases day one? I feel like it's not. Although some of the graphics have said that. Excuse me. Okay, all available day one. Subscribe 1 year, skip 1 month. Give me a price, come on. I'm gonna look that up after the show. How much is that? And that's PC only though, right? That's PC only. New releases on a premium plan, okay?
Hello everyone. It's a pleasure for all of us to be here to celebrate our shared passion for games. I wanted to say thank you to all Ubisoft teams around the world. Their talent, creativity,
15 quid a
hard
month.
work
Okay,
is what makes
that's what Game Pass Ultimate
all
is,
of
I
us
guess.
and all this possible. So,
Okay, I guess we're not getting a one last thing.
to all our players, thank you. Your passion is our
This is the last
driving
one of
force.
these for
And
this
we
year.
can't wait for you to get your hands on the
Well,
amazing
for summer,
games you have seen
Gamescom
today.
in Germany and stuff like that, and Paris Games Week. Although those tend to not have as many heavy hitters. Although Keighley does a thing in Germany, so maybe we'll
thank
watch
you
that.
for watching. Thank you. Thank you to all of you.
Oh, that's literally it. Okay, we're fading down. Okay. No questions about Beyond Good and Evil, please. Thank you and good
Go
night.
anywhere. Stay tuned for the Ubisoft Forward Post Show
Nah.
for deeper looks at Assassin's Creed Shadows, Star Wars Outlaws,
No, I'm
and
good.
The Division 2.
good.
Presented by Intel. The main piece.
Whoopsie. I mean, that was pretty. That was pretty dry. That was pretty dry. I mean, when the two big things, and I guess they were the two big advertised things, and they ended up being the two big things were, you know, deep dives on your two big forthcoming releases. One of which is a 15-year-old franchise, and as we were just saying there, look, I think it looks cool. I do think I'm more intrigued and likely to buy it than I've been in a couple of years. But it's Assassin's Creed, so it's like you're not, you know what I mean? You're not falling out of your chair with excitement. And then the other thing is Star Wars, which similarly is not an existing franchise of games. But you looked at that footage and you were like, okay, you know what that game's going to be. I think that one is also looking really good. I feel like I probably will get that one because I feel like that looks like it's going to scratch a certain itch for me. But you know what I mean? It looks like a AAA open world game with immersive sim elements. You can do stealth or you can do fucking loud action. You know what I mean? And then it was a bunch of updates about their various live services. And the Prince of Persia segment was interesting, but I mean, of all the troubled games that they are racking up, they are absolutely racking up. Beyond Good and Evil, Splinter Cell, and Prince of Persia remake. They brought one of them back, I guess. You know, you can't say they didn't bring one of them back, but to bring one of them back and it's a CG trailer saying 2026, I mean, part of me wonders were they putting this show together and they were like, I feel like we don't have any like headline grabbers. What's the deal with Beyond Good and Evil? Don't ask. Okay, what's the deal with Splinter Cell? No, don't ask that either. Okay, can we put out a date for the Prince of Persia remake? No. Okay, if I was to put a gun to your head and say, hypothetically, what date would you put on a CG trailer? What would you say? 2026. Okay, good. Get to rendering a candle for me, please. That was a bore. Yeah, that was a bore. And I mean, it doesn't help also as well that, like I said, they have really pivoted, you know, to live service a lot. And so for a lot of that, you're just looking at updates for the crew and X-Defiant and stuff like that, and you're just kind of going, okay, whatever. Yeah, that was a bit of a wet fart to go out on. It's probably time to retire the Splinter Cell hopes. It's just not happening. I just don't think it's happening. Like, if they're going to be cheeky enough, and it is cheeky and it is hilarious, to say 2026 for Prince of Persia, but not say anything for Beyond Good and Evil. I mean, like I said at the top of this, okay, what tough conversations are you having about that game? Because you probably need to have a few more. Like, if you're not even going to do a pie-in-the-sky CG trailer, maybe we'll release this in a few years thing, then what is up with it? Do you know what I mean? I don't even care about that franchise. I've never even played the first game. It's just hilarious to me that this thing is, like, hanging over them. so thoroughly. I don't know. Yeah, Ubisoft, they should probably go the way of Square and EA, and I would just license your stuff out to Microsoft or to Keighley. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I wonder if we're still going to be doing these kinds of streams in 10, 15 years. Because all you see, because like Keighley, like 2 years in a row has had to come out and say, oh, by the way, please temper your expectations. Because all that seems to happen for all companies, whether it's a Keighley stream, a Nintendo Direct, a PlayStation thing, all of them, people just work themselves up into a frenzy, right? And so they turn in, as all things in gaming do, they turn into a ranking game and slapping a rating on them. And did they deliver? Did they not deliver? And if you're a company like Ubisoft, I feel like rather than putting yourself in the news cycle as having a boring press conference, just put your Star Wars and Assassin's Creed trailers in a Keighley show or an Xbox show, and all your fucking seasonal content updates you can just put on your YouTube channel. Okay, you don't need to. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was a whiff. And yeah, I would say to my surprise, I feel like let me play into all the ranking and the rating and say that Xbox was really fun and exciting and energizing, and I like overall everything else was kind of a whiff, including PlayStation State of Play last week, which was super boring. So yeah, that's gonna do it for they should just and do it as part of I'm sure over the years Microsoft and Sony have paid for these things to be part of their E3 shows. So either just do a presentation that's just on Assassin's Creed, or just send that trailer to someone else. They'll happily play it. Microsoft would love to be the place people go to get their Assassin's Creed news, even if it's a multi-platform game, That's going to do it for Summer Games Fest. We'll obviously, we'll see which way the rumor mill is turning come Gamescom, and if it feels like maybe some stuff will get revealed, we'll do a watch along. But I feel like those other kind of dates post the summer are a bit more tepid. I'll be back on the regular screaming. Well, there may be screaming. There was some screaming last time. There may be some screaming this time. This coming Wednesday and Thursday, Donkey Kong Country returns. We're not playing Donkey Kong Country Returns. We're playing Donkey Kong Country. The segment returns to this stream. Yeah. We'll maybe finish it this week. Maybe Donkey Kong. I don't know. Remember to save, Barry. Please remember to save. So Donkey Kong will be back on Wednesday and probably Thursday as well. Let's be real. And that'll carry us for the next few streams. And then we are playing 007 Nightfire on the PS2 after that. So lots of fun games coming up soon. And thanks all for watching. It was a pleasure chatting with you all. It got us through a pretty boring stream for the most part. But it was a pleasure chatting to you all. I hope to see you all on Wednesday for more DKC. And in the meantime, I'm sure I'll be chatting to you in the Discord or wherever else I'll be chatting to you. So have a good evening, and I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Peace out.